So yesterday I played the TBAW Nationals, which was 11 games on the 2021 Junior Gold Survivor pattern. We had 4 games singles, 4 games doubles, and 3 games team, with 11 games total. Difficult conditions. I forgot to film an intro yesterday, so I'm filming it now. I'll put this in front of yesterday's video. So, here we go.
As I got through the block, I managed to get out of my turtle into my black hammer, allowing me to play more up the board, which worked for just over a game. Then transitioning into the NU, which very quickly got to overhook at the back end, so I ended up switching to my gem, allowing me to move my feet left and to throw the ball a slight bit quicker, which allowed me to open up the lane a little bit more, leading to better carrying more consistent mystery and salvaging my set. And overall it gave me the confidence going into the doubles know that I had a bit of misroom left and right. It wasn't as tired as it felt the first two games singles. Going into doubles, I felt really confident with the mental reset block after coming out of singles, missing all those spares. I felt more confident going to doubles and knowing I'd get them, and I had a game plan. Used all the balls in practice that were working, used Shadow Tank, I'm glad I did. Started game 1 with the Black Hammer, thrown it down second. Then midway through game 2, I transitioned into the Gem, moving left to my feet again, throwing it right a little bit quicker, leading to a really good carry. Then I kept making my spares, progressing into being over going into game 4. And then I end up recording the entirety of game 4, which you'll see in a second. Going into game 4, I decided to record the whole thing so you get to see the entire game here. Nobody had told me that this was the highest friction pair in the house. So I was going into this playing it like the other lanes were, coming off 1 and 2, throwing my Gem, which went through the nose for the first 3 frames, leaving me to have 2 opens at the first 3. Not put me in a good position to try and stay over after I was over for 3. However, I made a crucial ball change which saved my block. I switched to my Shadow Tank, played more up the boards, and just rolled it nicely out of my hand with quite a bit of speed. It looked shaky at the first shot going down. After that, it just started striking. I didn't feel like it ever stopped. Occasionally I did miss a bit, and it gave me the miss room I needed to be able to shoot over 200 games 4 and have help. Side note for the doubles, I actually was making my spares, unlike the singles where I missed a load of them. I actually made my spares in doubles, which did help in the result of more score. Who would have thought it? Actually hitting your spares increases your score. It was completely revolutionary. shooting an 809 in doubles gave me confidence into team because it made me minus 60, which made me feel optimistic about getting back to even for the tournament. On the starting pair I was on for team, I was able to throw my black hammer down second arrow, which was striking a lot. I think I missed like 3 times after quartering left 10 pin on left a6-10. Red mall. Then for game 2, I was on pairs 1 and 2, where I kept hitting pocket, missed pocket 1, Brooklyn, that shot. Left a couple of 4 pins and a couple of 10 pins, spared them all. And then I was on lanes 3 and 4 for the last game. I was still hitting pocket. I was using the shadow tank on one lane by that point, with the black hammer on the other, shooting a 639 for the theft, which overall felt really good, even though I felt like it could have probably gone 650 plus with how my luck on the lanes was. For a 2-person team, I felt like we played good. In singles, I finished 12th, and in doubles, we finished 2nd. And then overall in the event, I finished 7th out of everyone. For my first event at Milford Haven, I felt like I played really well. Thank you